Hello, Bruce.
Hi, Simon.
How are you on this fine day?
I'm feeling older.
Are you?
Yes.
Is there a particular reason for that?
No, I can't think of one.
Okay, fine. Could just be that you're a bit older than yesterday.
I am a bit older than yesterday and younger than I will be tomorrow.
Oh, that's deep. Wow. And hello to everyone listening to us.
Hi, guys.
Why are people listening to us, Bruce?
They're listening because they like facts, they like trivia. They're listening because they like us.
Let's hope so.
So we are Bruce Fielding.
And Simon Wells.
And we together produce a podcast called Factoraly.
Yes, we do.
Factoraly is 30 minutes of stuff.
Yes.
We find stuff and try and make it interesting, or we find interesting stuff and try and make it 30 minutes long.
Yes. Somewhere between those two things, yeah.
Yes.
We pick a different random subject each week. Some of them are instantly interesting. Some of them are seemingly mundane. And we try to pick some interesting stuff out of it.
Some of them are trivial, and some of them are the very stuff of life.
Indeed.
And this week's episode is on seeds. Seeds is everything. I mean, we come from seeds. Everything seems to come from seeds.
Do you know what? The more and more I typed seeds into various search engines, I was really struggling to get away from the phrase scattering your seed or things like that. We won't go too far into that.
Also broadcasting.
Well, yes, broadcasting, yeah, you mentioned that on last week's episode on radio.
Yes, so scattering seeds.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
You're talking about sort of the icky image of spreading one's own seed. Just sort of looking into the scientific nature of seeds and what they are and what they do and how they work.
Yes.
I don't think I'd really quite realised how many similarities there are between plant reproduction and animal reproduction.
Yes.
Apparently plant pollen contains plant sperm, and
yes,
plant sperm gets into a plant ovary, into this seed, which is contained within the ovule.
Yeah.
And it contains, a very, very sort of basic beginning of a plant.
Single cell organism, yes.
That exactly. It contains the DNA. It contains a certain amount of nutrients that the seed needs to begin its growth journey. It is, very, very analogous to human reproduction.
Yes.
I hadn't quite realised.
We do loads of different things with them. I play conkers with them.
Yes. Yes, I haven't had a good game of conkers in ages. Used to love playing conkers.
Yeah.
Did you pickle or roast yours, or did you do it au naturel?
How dare you?
Good, correct answer. Now, I started off, as often I do, with the etymology of the word seed.
I'm betting it's going to be really dull.
Well, depends. What's dull to one person is exciting to another. The word seed comes from the Old English seed, which is kind of the past tense of to sow. I sayed my plants. I sowed my plants.
Oh, some sowing.
Sowing.
Oh, okay, yes. Okay.
So sayed is that which is sown. In turn, sow, which has always confused me, because when I hear of people sowing seeds, I automatically think of them using a needle and thread.
Yes.
But the sow in terms of needle and thread is SEW, and the sow in terms of seeds is SOW, so it's a completely different word. And that comes from an old Germanic word, sowen, meaning to plant. So it's all fairly obvious.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah.
Seeds have been around since forever.
Yeah, roughly speaking, it's kind of the chicken and egg situation, isn't it? Which came first, the plant or the seed?
There is no life without a seed.
Or was there a plant that somehow sort of existed without having come from a seed, and then that plant was the first plant to produce a seed, which then begat the next plant?
Well, exactly. My mind is becoming blown.
If any of our listeners know a definitive answer to that, which came first, the seed or the plant, please let us know.
Yes, we'd be very grateful. Write to us at hello@factoraly.com and tell us.
Please do.
So where should we start with seeds? Obviously, it's not Egyptian, it's not Roman, it's not Chinese, it's not Greek. No. They're just there.
I couldn't find any particular references to how long we've known about seeds, sort of the human experience of seeds. I did find out that we were apparently eating seeds around 100,000 years ago. give or take.
Okay, that's quite a long time.
Yeah, that surprised me because I sort of look at the practice of eating seeds and it still doesn't sit right with me. You know, to my mind, that's not what a seed is for. A seed is there to go into the ground, sprout, and create a new plant.
Yes.
But we do eat them. You know, we eat sesame seeds, we eat flax, chia, pine nuts.
Chocolate, coffee.
Right. All the beans and nuts and drupes and things. See our previous episode on nuts.
Okay. Look at all of our previous episodes. They're probably all about seeds if you go back far enough.
Exactly, yes. Grains, you know, wheat, rice, corn, they're all types of seeds. So, clearly we do eat them. But for me, the idea of sort of sprinkling a packet of seeds on your salad, for instance, flax seeds or sunflower seeds or poppy seeds, that still to me feels weird. That feels like a new age hippie thing to do. But apparently we were eating seeds 100,000 years ago, so it's not.
Interesting. And they stay viable for so long, seeds.
Do they?
They found a 2,000-year-old date seed.
Right.
And planted it, and it became a plant.
No way.
2,000 years it's
Crikey.
been just lying there. I know.
That's impressive, isn't it?
Seeds are weird.
I suppose a date seed, that's sort of quite a hard thing, isn't it, in the middle of the date? I've almost broken a tooth a number of times from accidentally biting too hard into a date. And that's a little bit of a differentiation that I looked into is, are seeds and stones and pits and pips the same thing? And the very brief answer is no, they're not.
Is it no? I would have said yes.
Yes, so would I have done. So essentially the stones, if you sort of picture a fruit with stone in it, peach, plum, cherry, avocado, anything like that,
anything with a hard stone in the middle.
None of which are actually berries or fruit or anything, they're probably all drupes. But anyway, those things are not the seed itself. Those things contain the seed. So the stone of a fruit is a hard outer shell, inside of which is contained the seed of the fruit. So I can sort of get on board with the idea of a date stone having lasted for 2,000 years because that's what it's designed to do, that it is a protective case that holds the seed inside. If you were to have something more like an apple seed or an orange seed or something like that, which are a bit softer, they're still encased in something.
Yes.
Those are called pips, which is a seed inside a case which is less hard than a stone.
Okay.
And then you just get seeds, which are relatively soft things that don't have a harder outer shell. So there are different levels of seed.
So let's talk about some seeds then. What seed would you like to start talking about?
Well, I sort of had a look at my personal experience of seeds, which is to say not very much.
Okay.
I'm not a gardener. I like looking at a nice, pretty, flowering garden, but I'm not good at it myself. I don't have a green thumb. My parents, on the other hand, very much do. They were always pottering around in the garden. My dad had a greenhouse, well, still has a greenhouse, actually. And I remember as a kid going into my dad's greenhouse and helping him plant tomatoes from seeds.
Yeah.
And it was quite good fun. I remember going to a garden centre and looking at the vast array of packets of seeds with Mr. Fothergill or whatever the brand name was on the packet, this little picture of a farmer. And, sort of picking up this little packet of tiny, tiny little things that could somehow magically eventually turn into a plant. So my dad and I grew some tomatoes. He still does. And that's kind of it. That's kind of my personal experience of using seeds in any concept other than eating them.
But people have been buying seeds for a long time. I mean, have you ever seen a seed catalogue?
No.
Okay, so there are seed catalogues, which basically are books with lots and lots and lots of flowers and plants, usually photographs of them. And you can order seeds from these catalogues.
Oh, I see.
And today, they're quite common. But the first one was created in the 16th century.
Really?
Yeah.
That's quite a while back.
It's a long time ago. In the southeast of England, there were people who started to produce and sell seeds. And some of them were sort of exporting them as well.
Right.
So you could buy them from abroad and they would be sent worldwide.
Oh, okay.
There were companies like Cartons and Suttons. Suttons is still going. And they've been around since the 1700s.
Wow.
And they would produce more detailed lists of seeds for a wealthy clientele.
Right.
And then sort of over time, things became more accessible. But they've been around for a long time.
How interesting.
And then mechanized farming started to buy seeds as well. So that you could buy like huge, great sacks full
Yeah.
of seeds, and they would be sort of planted on an industrial scale.
Yes.
As well as, people planting them in their little back garden sort of greenhouses. But they had to be good quality seeds as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there started to be like seed quality regulations which came in, especially after the First World War, because there was a bit of a shortage of seeds and people were trying to grow their own food and what have you, and during the Second World War as well. So in sort of 1922, they brought in sort of seed quality regulations to ensure better sort of germination rates and seed quality and whatnot.
Right.
So what's your favourite seed?
Not sure I have one.
I have two.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Go on then.
So my primary favourite seed is very handy for people who can't be asked to do things up properly.
Okay.
So if you don't like zips, you don't like laces, you don't like any of that stuff, then you have to thank the burdock seed.
Do you?
Because the burdock seed is the original Velcro. So Velcro was invented through scientists looking at how burdock seeds work and how they cling to things.
Right.
And how they have tiny little hooks in them.
Yes.
And from the burdock seed, we created Velcro.
Aren't there multiple stories of scientists sort of taking their dog for a walk out in the fields and then getting home and noticing all the seeds attached to the dog's coat?
I didn't know those stories, but let's assume that there are.
Let's assume there are. I'm sure I've heard them in some context or other.
So the burdock seed, very good if you can't be bothered to do up a lace.
Very nice. And what's your other?
My second favourite is the coco de mer.
Oh, yes. Right. Okay.
So the coco de mer is a huge, it's actually the biggest seed there is. And it grows in like 2 islands in the Seychelles.
Okay.
If you've seen one, you will remember it. It looks like somebody's arse.
Yes, it does. It does look very bottomy.
And the flower of this, it's fairly phallic. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But these things weigh about 18 kilos. It's one seed.
It's preposterous, isn't it? I read that the heaviest one ever found was just under 25 kilos.
Wow.
It's bonkers.
They get stolen quite regularly.
Oh, do they?
Well, they're quite valuable.
Ah, right. Okay.
An average one goes for about 360 quid.
Good grief. Does it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But getting it off the Seychelles is very difficult. You have to buy them from authorised sellers if you're going to buy one.
Right.
And it has to have like a government stamp that's stuck to it that says this is this wasn't stolen. Because there's a massive industry in stealing coco de mer.
Gosh, that's a niche thing to be getting into, isn't it?
I know. And the other thing is that sometimes if you're trying to get it through customs, the customs people don't know what it is, and they kind of get very suspicious about this very large brown arse-looking thing that weighs an absolute ton.
Yeah. So you said it's called the coco de mer?
Yes.
Which is sea coconut. I also saw that it's sometimes called the double coconut.
Yes. It's called all sorts of things.
Yeah.
One of the less technical words for it is the butternut.
Excellent. Not butternut.
No, it's just because it looks like a butt.
Yes.
So it's a butternut.
I appreciate that. That's good. So that's the biggest seed. Do you know what plant creates the smallest seed in the world?
I think I do. It's the Chinese ground orchid.
Yeah. And this seed is roughly speaking the size of a speck of dust.
Yes, 0.07 millimetres.
That's unfathomably small for something that contains the very essence of life.
Yeah, all you need to grow a Chinese ground orchid is something that you can actually barely see.
Yes.
So where did you discover one of these then?
Online.
Did you? Because I know that there happens to be one in Wakehurst in Sussex.
Oh, does there?
Yes, at the Millennium Seed Bank.
Oh, the Millennium Seed Bank.
So because we've both been researching seeds,
yes,
I imagine we've both come across the Millennium Seed Bank.
We have indeed. I would say I've been there. I've accidentally been there and didn't realise it. So the Millennium Seed Bank, which is run by Kew Gardens, is inside the grounds of Wakehurst, which is a National Trust property near Haywards Heath. And I've been to Wakehurst as a member of the National Trust and had a lovely stroll around the gardens, didn't realise that the Millennium Seed Bank was there. And that's the most famous thing about Wakehurst.
Yes.
So I need to go back there at some point and check it out.
Because they've got so much there.
They have.
And it's all underground and it's all refrigerated and what have you.
Yeah.
They've got like 2.5 billion seeds.
Yes, from over 40,000 different plants from around the world.
So like 98% of all the UK native bankable plants. Bankable plants is a good way of looking at things, isn't it?
That's nice, isn't it? A bankable plant.
Yes. 11,000 species of trees and shrubs.
Yeah.
But what they do is, because you can't tell whether they are going to work or not as seeds, you have to test them.
Oh, yes, okay.
So every 10 years, they take a sample and they try and grow it.
Oh.
And it's called viability testing.
Okay. It's sort of a multi-purpose facility, isn't it? It's there for research, but it's also there for conservation. Apparently, Sir David Attenborough says that the Millennium Seed Bank is perhaps the most significant conservation initiative ever.
Wow.
Quite a statement. The collection is held in a radiation-proof, flood-proof and bomb-proof underground facility. So, if the absolute worst happened, we could start regrowing stuff from these seeds.
Yes.
Essentially.
That's. I mean, it is very impressive. It's not the only one, though.
Where's the other one?
There's another one in Norway, in Svalbard.
Okay.
And that was started in 1984.
Right.
It's called the Norway Global Seed Vault.
Ooh.
Or the Doomsday Vault.
Oh, that's cool. That's much better than the Millennium Seed Bank.
And that's in an abandoned coal mine about 800 miles from the North Pole.
Wow.
And you can go and visit it.
Nice.
If you really want to make the journey. But yeah, so it's very similar to the Millennium Seed Bank in Wakehurst, but it's in like permafrost, so that they don't have to worry about the electricity failing.
I see.
Because if the electricity fails, it actually just gets colder.
Right. Yes. So it's naturally cold rather than generated cold.
Yes. Yes.
Interesting.
And that has millions of varieties of various things from all over the world. And what happens there is that they as things are shipped in from Africa and Asia and like everywhere in the world contributes to the Global Seed Vault. They have to check to see whether the seeds are also carrying the thing that can kill the plant. Because, for example, there may be sort of phages or fungi that affect the crop. So they have to make sure that all of the seeds are pure.
Right.
And that they can actually grow a pure plant from that seed.
Wonderful. Gosh, what a project.
I know, it's mind-blowing. If you want to learn more about it, and the Millennium Seed Bank as well, if you go to our show notes on our blog, you'll find we've planted it with all sorts of stuff that will keep you busy for ages and ages. And that's at Factoraly.com.
Factoraly.com?
Yeah.
Our very own seed bank.
Yes, exactly. That's true. It is our seed bank. We plant the seeds of knowledge.
Oh. Look at us being little horticulturalists. Perhaps the most surprising fact I found out about the Millennium Seed Bank is that its public ambassador is Kate Blanchett.
What?
Yeah. I was scrolling through their website. It's very, very interesting. They have lots of exhibitions and displays and open days and tours of the facilities and so on. And then all of a sudden, boom, there's a photo of Kate Blanchett. And she's produced a series of podcasts talking about the Millennium Seed Bank.
How interesting.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
No, I wasn't expecting that either.
So, Simon, at this point in the show, we would normally talk about records, but I can't believe that I mean, obviously we've got the Coco de Mer, the biggest seed there is, and we've talked about the Chinese ground orchid, the smallest seed there is. I guess between the two there must be something. But are there any records for seeds?
Well, so those are two of the records that I would bring if we hadn't already talked about them yet. Yeah, it's always quite difficult to find records about natural stuff because
Yeah.
nature doesn't generally go out of its way in order to achieve a record.
Well, it does. I mean, there's competition in nature, but not for sort of like not for the Guinness Book of
No, exactly.
Records.
No. So it all comes down to what humans have done with seeds
Okay.
in order to get records.
Yeah.
And in this particular field, they're just silly, really. One of the records I found is the longest line of seeds.
Okay. Well, you say that as though that's a bad thing.
Oh no, it's all very interesting. It's just it's just sort of what record can a human possibly do that has to do with a seed? I know. Let's put them all in a long line.
Yes.
Well, in this instance, it's not a long line; it's a zigzag, because the line of seeds, the longest line of seeds, is 546.41 meters long.
Wow.
So just over half a kilometre. Instead they put it in a zigzag so that it could be contained in a much smaller space. And this was achieved by the Ministry of Education in Egypt.
Uh-huh.
This was in 2017. And the thing that I found most impressive is that it contains 54,641 seeds put end to end to end.
Yeah.
And it measures 546.41 meters long, which means that there are exactly 100 seeds per meter on this line.
Wow.
Exactly. Which suggests to me that they actually went out of their way to work out which seed they should use in order to
Yes.
get exactly that number. But yes, it's quite a long line of seeds. There's another record for the most seeds potted in 1 hour by a team, not by an individual. And this was achieved in India by Dr. Lakshayaraj Singh Mewar, I hope I've pronounced that correctly, in 2023. And his team, of no particular number, it doesn't say, managed to plant 21,058 seeds in 1 hour.
Wow.
In order to get that record. And then they handed those potted seeds over to various organisations who planted them and used them to grow further plants.
Oh, that's good. That's not the most seeds I've ever seen, though.
Isn't it? How many seeds have you seen?
Well, they weren't actually really seeds,
Right.
but they look like seeds.
Okay.
And there are 100 million of them.
That's quite a few.
And they were all individually handcrafted porcelain.
What?
Yeah. So there's an artwork by Ai Weiwei called Sunflower Seeds, which is an art installation which was exhibited at the Tate Modern in 2010. In fact, it was there from 2010 for about 6 months.
Right.
And it was 100 million individually handcrafted porcelain sunflower seeds, which effectively filled the gallery's 1,000 square metre turbine hall to a depth of 10 centimetres.
Goodness me.
And you could walk across them, and originally you could walk across them, but then they worried about dust from the installation, and then they stopped people from walking across it.
That's so many questions. Won't they break?
No, they're
small enough and hard enough.
Yeah.
Huh.
And they've basically taken these 100 million seeds and they kind of broken up into smaller amounts of seeds and exhibited all over the world.
Wow.
It's quite a thing. I'll put a thing in the show notes which shows you what it looks like.
Yeah.
It was sensational to go and see it. And each one of these seeds is handcrafted to look exactly like a sunflower seed.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
You can tell by the pitch of my surprised voice how impressed I am by that. I need to see pictures, Bruce.
Yes, go to the website. That's where you'll find it.
Wonderful. Now, the most important question, as with all art installations, is why? What were they trying to say?
So sunflower seeds were like a common theme in Chinese Communist Party political propaganda.
Oh.
Mao Zedong would often represent himself as the sun and the people of China as the seeds on sunflowers.
Oh, interesting.
So when Ai Weiwei was growing up, even the poorest families in China could share sunflower seeds as a treat.
Oh.
So they sort of represent optimism during difficult times.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. Well, I've now scattered my seed, I think.
Yes, I think all of my facts have been put out to seed.
Oh, very good. So thank you so much for coming. Before you go, we'd like you to go and plant a seed, please.
Oh, yes.
A seed of knowledge and a seed about Factoraly. So if you know other people who you think would be interested in Factoraly, then if you could just plant the seed of Factoraly in their consciousness
Hmm.
and let them know that we exist.
Lovely. And hopefully that seed will grow into a beautiful plant of Factoraly addiction.
with a flower that has, I don't know, say 5 stars.
Oh, very good.
So when you give us a review, if you wouldn't mind, we do have a 5-star rating, which we need to keep up, because that means that more people find us and find out about us.
Thank you very much for putting us there. Much appreciated.
What else can they do, Simon?
People can also hit the subscribe button so that every Thursday morning they'll get a notification that a new seed has been planted on a different subject.
Yes, and then there's the socials and what have you. We've got a Facebook page. And you can, as we said before, you can write to us at hello@factoraly.com. Or if you see us in the street, just say, that thing you did on seeds, you got that completely wrong.
Yes, we're always open to correction.
Always.
So thank you ever so much for coming along and listening to us chatting about seeds. Please come again next time for another fun-filled factual episode of
Factoraly.
Bye for now.
Au revoir.